Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Thursday, November 17, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Portland Trail Blazers vs Brooklyn Nets. The Nets have shown some signs of life following the firing of head coach Steve Nash, but I still have no interest in backing them against a team that is playing much better than they were expected to this season. Portland has covered the spread in 4 of its last 5 games and has been outstanding on the defensive end of the court. Brooklyn does not have enough firepower to keep pace with the top teams in the league right now, as Irving's absence leaves the Nets severely shorthanded. They have gone 1-6 in their last 7 games against Western Conference teams, and I do not expect that trend to change on Thursday night. Take the Portland -2 points. The Trailblazers are bottom 5 in the league in pace through their 10-4 start to the year. They are a much better club defensively than they have been in the last 2 years, and the return of Joseph Nurkic to the lineup certainly helps in that regard. They stand 7th in defensive rating and look to be a much more efficient club defensively this year. Brooklyn served up a franchise-high 153 points to the Sacramento Kings in their last game. It was a dismal defensive effort, but the Kings played the game of their life. I believe Brooklyn will put forth at least double the effort on that end in this one, getting embarrassed as professionals 2 days prior. Take the under with confidence. Sacramento Kings vs San Antonio Spurs. Just 15 games into their 2022-23 season and the Spurs have proved one thing: they will not roll over and start counting their ping pong balls in anticipation of the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. Coach Greg Popovich correctly predicted that the Spurs would not be competing for an NBA title this season, but they are certainly not playing like a team competing for the NBA's next big thing. The Spurs have lost 7 of 8 and are certainly playing with a clear talent deficit in nearly every matchup, but they have invariably competed night in and night out. After a clunker against the Warriors, losing by 37 at Golden State, the Spurs rebounded to play a tight contest against the Blazers on Tuesday night on the road. Behind a career-high 31 points from Portland, the Spurs fought back from an early deficit to take as much as a 6-point lead in the 4th quarter. He finished 14 of 17 from the field for the Spurs while providing quality interior defense. The Sacramento Kings have been playing a chess match with their roster, trying to find the right combination of players to return to the winning ways that have escaped the franchise since the early 2000s. They have put the controls in the hands of point guard Aaron Fox and have tried to surround him with a mix of veterans and youngsters that can play a similar style to their speedy point guard. On Tuesday night, it all came together in a glorious fusion of dominant offense as the Kings routed the Nets 153-121 for their 4th straight win. Terrence Davis poured in 31 points off the bench, while Kevin Huerter had 19 points and Domantas Sabonis chipped in with 17. It was the 7th win in 9 outings for the Kings after starting the year 0-4 under new head coach Mike Brown. Odds makers are slow to present the Kings as a solid playoff threat. They are at home, have won 7 of 8 games, and are playing a team that has lost 7 of their last games. In addition, they are playing arguably the NBA's worst defensive unit overall, while fielding a top 3 offensive unit themselves. And yet, the Kings are just an 8-point favorite. This seems like a line that is worth exploiting. Don't dismiss the Kings, particularly on their home court against a Spurs team that is willing but simply not able. Fox will exploit the Spurs backcourt and will have his team up by double digits quickly in this one. One final note in support of the high-powered Kings offense in this favorable matchup: Sacramento is 8-2 at TS thus far. Take the Kings -8 points. I also like the over in this matchup as Sacramento can score a ton of points quickly, while San Antonio allows a ton of points, and that will force the Spurs to play at a faster pace. San Antonio already ranks 6th at pace of play at 104.2, while Sacramento ranks 9th with a pace of 103.6. In Sacramento's last 10 games, they are averaging 237.7 ppg, while the Spurs games are averaging 227.5 ppg. With how the Kings' offense is playing, to hit the over San Antonio will likely just need to score a tad over 100 points, which they have done in all but one game this season. Take the over here. Los Angeles Clippers vs Detroit Pistons. Jaden Ivey led the way for the Pistons with 21 points and 8 assists. Bojan Bogdanovic had 18 points and 5 dishes, while Marvin Bagley III added 16 points and 5 rebounds. The Pistons shot 45.5% from the field and 32.3% from beyond the arc, 10-for-31. The short-handed Pistons will have a tall task to keep it close against the Clippers, even though LA owns the second lowest defensive rating in the NBA, 106.4 points per 100 possessions. Detroit's offense hasn't impressed either, tallying 108.7 points per 100 possessions, 27th in the league, on 42.9% shooting from the field, 30th, and 32.7% from beyond the three-point line, 27th. I'm expecting the Clippers to beat the number on the back of their defense. Law is yielding just 108.4 points per 100 possessions, second, whereas Detroit is surrendering a thumping 118.4 points per 100 possessions, 30th. Take the Los Angeles Clippers minus 10 points. In their latest loss to Toronto, the Pistons committed 19 turnovers and gave up 56 points in the paint. The Raptors led by as many as 14 points, even though they were playing without Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, and Gary Trent Jr. Otto Porter Jr. also sat out the second half after suffering a toe injury. It was Detroit's bench that was most concerning, as the reserves shot 4 of 13 from three-point range and 13 for 19, 68.4% from the foul line. Detroit shot 10 for 31 from 3 as a team, which is about its season average, 32.7%. To make matters worse, Cade Cunningham is out for at least 1 week due to left shin soreness, and Isaiah Stewart, 12.0 points and 9.3 rebounds per game, is sidelined for 2 or more weeks with a right big toe sprain. Depth was already a concern for Detroit, which is 28th in the NBA in bench scoring, 27.7 ppg, and dead last in bench shooting percentage, 38.3%. If the Pistons are going to go on a run and avoid the draft lottery, they'll need Cunningham to shake his sophomore slump when he returns to action. This season, the Oklahoma State product is 12th in the league in player efficiency rating, 14.97. In the meantime, it will be the Jaden Ivey show. The talented rookie guard is averaging 16.1 points, 5.0 rebounds, and 4.1 assists per game. The under is 6-0 in the Clippers' last 6 games following an ATS win and 4-0 in their last 4 home games against a team with a losing road record. With key players on both teams sidelined, these trends should continue to play out. These two teams are bottom 5 in offensive rating adjusted for strength of schedule, and that's with those players on the court. The under, 7-2 in the last 9 meetings between LA and Detroit, is my best bet in this matchup. My bet is under 216 total points scored.